Step one, number two, excellent, excellent. Now you sit down, I sit down. Yes. Do you like this hot seat? For them. I like it. Fantastic. Now we come to you, Carolyne Mulenga. Your story is moving. Mind you, Amakaya Wingi has a magazine, and also a special announcement, because we are recording, avoid passing through the front here, so that we don't disturb the recording. We can pick up later afterwards. We're recording here. We have Amakaya Wingi Business Magazine is out, it's a series. You see me on the cover there. For those who are happy to be the cover person, you can apply and put you there. We sign a contract, so you don't sue us in the future if no one buys your face. So it's available for purchase online, £6.80. Then we can send over copies to you. Articles of many people that you've seen here are there and the past events. So it's there, you can also advertise. Your story is interesting. How far have you moved? What are you doing? Mukaro. Talk to us where you've reached now.
Thank you, sir. I just want to thank Amakaya Wingi, in particular Dr. Lukomona and the whole management of Amakaya Wingi. I would say they've been there for me to encourage and to support. I think when I started, for me it is not like a dream. I'm a dreamer, like Dr. Mulenga was laughing when she was talking about dreaming. But this one, actually, it came when 2013, I had the whole of my uncles and my father passed away in a very terrible road accident. I think when I came back from the funeral, each time I'm sleeping, it's like I could hear my father telling me, please don't forget me, please don't forget me. And I wake up and bring my sisters and my mother, tell them, you know what, it's like I hear Dad telling me, don't forget me.
Now, Caro, you are paraphrasing. How far have you gone since we last met? And how many members in that crash perished? Answer me those questions straight away.
How far I've gone up to now? When I started, I was just introducing it. Up to now, as you can see, there's a table there. It's being registered in Zambia. My sisters are registering it with the Zambian Charities Commissioner there. So by March, I'm hoping we'll have a charity number. And once we have a charity number there is when I'll be able to get moving here with what I want to do. But what I'm doing here in Manchester now, right now, I've got the chairman, Mr. Mwelwa, and the accountant, Mr. Silvanus, who are helping me, but they are not here with me. I wish they could have been. But so far what I'm doing now is actually to be able to help with the awareness. I've got a few just teaching here which about personality.
Okay, very good. Carolyne has come from a situation that was a tragic. Somebody was driving very fast, and suddenly in that bin bus, the large majority were family members, and they all died. Very tragic. 14, 13? 13. Now from there, it came out very strong to set up an organization to help people create awareness and support. So, in life, if you're crying about something that is not working, see there, look at your cry, look at your pain. You can become an answer to prevent that which could destroy other people, or create a product that can people now begin to use in order to move forward. That's where you've drawn your strength. God has strengthened you in that. Just to let people know the variety of businesses. Your business is non-profit making, it is charitable, where other people will profit morally. Very good. So what have you produced? A showcase, I can see your opening folders there.
Yes. It's actually a presentation which it's on the laptop there, PowerPoint. The thing is, it's just to show us that we've got the aims and the goals, which we facilitate road safety awareness. There are business cards there. We are also into evangelism and missions. Obviously, as we know, we thought as Christians, which I am, very strong believer, without the love of God, it's no wonder certain things that happen probably on the road. And then we have counseling, financial, psychological support, and bereavement of support to the bereaved families. We have education and road safety awareness measures. We have to campaign for road safety measures. We have a petition book at the end there. Those, whatever you want, you feel should be done, you can write for us there. We have seminars, workshops, and conferences which we want to start organizing. Just maybe visit the companies, organizations, schools, colleges, universities, that's back home in Zambia. And also to fundraise for the charity. Now, obviously, we are using Makaya Wingi as a platform to help us to go to this stage.
So, a big hand on that. She has now, when you start anything, structurally wise, set up objectives, which you've done, so that when people follow you, they know the outcomes, they expect outcomes. So here in England, you also set up, registered, and in Zambia. In my opening statement, I was talking about mirror a business here and over there, so that you can actually capture resources from both ends to impact the community. The strength you have is that you also belong to this country here in terms of your livelihood. You're 100% over here. Now you visit Zambia. So how are you going to develop this to be able to link back into Zambia? For example, when you do fundraising, are you going to do it in Zambia alone, or are you going to do it here as well?
Thank you. I think from here, for now, because of the charity actually, my vision changed. I'm studying counseling and psychology. I've done counseling, diploma in counseling, which I've got a distinction in that, which I thought was just going to work at the church level. Yes, but then after this tragedy, actually even before, I started thinking, no, I need to improve on my counseling. So at the time when I was accepted to study in the university as a counselor and psychologist, this tragedy came up, and now my vision has changed. I'm thinking actually the charity will be my main business, so to say.
So you're saying eventually you stop what you're doing to run this full time?
I think eventually I have to. By profession, I'm a nurse. I've worked as a nurse for almost 20 years now. So I'm thinking this will be my major. Nursing will just be like part-time to facilitate if I need any money.
So in other ways, you want to convert this one to a business charity and work in it full-time for it to maximize its objectives. Is that what you're saying?
In the long run, yes. Because we are not looking at something just a short term. This is a long-term project. It's a lifelong project, if anything. I liked what you say that it's something for 100 years. When I look at my children, I want them to say, my mother, my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother had left this project.
That's very good. Many of you do know, I'll just mention that a product called Mary Kay. Those are people's initial ideas, but many of you became part of it. Sometimes I used to think Mary Kay was a 20-year-old lady, but when I read about it, I said, oh, when you set up a vision, make it really long. It must outlive you. Yeah. And I think that's what you're doing. Now, tell people how can they get involved in this in 2 words.
Actually, you could get involved, which I've written at the end of my presentation, through Amakaya Wingli. What we want is to have as many people with the expertise, knowledge, skills, because what we want to be teaching people on the road is real, issues, not just to go there to talk. When we are talking about awareness, what are we trying to say? If it's the drivers, how are we going to educate the drivers on the road? What do they need to know? When we talk about Africa, as we have said, how can we marry the two from here and Zambia? When I look at here, what are the things that they tell us to achieve before we go on the road? How do we maintain the safety on the road? So when we go back to Zambia, probably, or in Africa, how is it, what are the things that are lacking that when we go on the road, why do we have so many accidents?
So in your charitable organization, you probably have to work with governments to influence syllabus, because these things are regulated through government and other institutions. So you're thinking of hiring professionals or funding professionals. For example, is a professional in road safety work, would your charity fund such a person to go and do a workshop? Because got to be somebody who's qualified to be able to do that. Are you looking at that aspect as well?
Actually, that's a good question. I've been trying to think about it, but when I realized that this is a charity, to start off with, we would want to work with people who will be readily available to give themselves. And until we have such people who will be ready to give themselves, you know, if you're able to teach, you just come up to say, I can fund myself to go to Zambia, what do you want me to go and teach? And then we go. Probably eventually when we come to a stage whereby as a charity we can sustain ourselves, then we'll be able to see how we can help. Thank you.
A very big hand to Carolyne. The point I'd like to leave with you in there, and everybody, every organization is a business. Every organization makes a profit. The only difference is that the other one, which people make money into their pockets, is called a business by shares. So you make a profit by having some cash. Other organizations, which cash doesn't come in your pocket, other people make a profit. The community you're supporting, they profit by what you're going to be doing. And this is noble. And there are also funding structures where you can apply to. You write a good bid, they can fund you very well. All you have to do is to look at the fundable objectives. Congratulations and God bless you in this. A big hand to Mrs. Carolyne Mulenga. Let me coach you how to come down. 1, 2, 3. I like this wonderful stage. This wonderful stage. Women, you have done a very wonderful thing today. Before I invite my dear friend, and I hand over to Ms. Charity Mwanza to talk about the Women's Department, and we're going to close off nicely with the MC herself. May I say this, you've got people in the community who are visionary, people in your community who know what to do things, how to structure things, work with them. And also men who are here today, we have to support the women for things that you know, and also buy into what they do, so that the inspiration can go higher. And for anybody who is in the diaspora, as we call, do not forget this one aspect. You are much stronger than you think. The moment you step out of this country to go and visit anywhere, in particular the United Kingdom, the system in this country, they are very good. They are very good. The moment you step out, they look at you as the cream. Why? The original foundation they sent you out for anything was for you to be impacted with knowledge so that you can become a better person. Do not look at your pocket. Do not look at your pocket. Look at what you've got that is in your bank account because of your vision. We say money follows vision. If you begin to follow money, vision is lost. But if you run with a vision, money comes after you. Before I close on Mrs. Mulenga, any question for her? Question, yes.
Mrs. Mulenga, sorry, yes. The topic that you brought is really a good one. Yeah. And if you were to go in Zambia and approach the Red Cross Society, the Zambia Red Cross Society, they're far much willing to help you in train drivers, especially where first aid is concerned, and how to keep both pedestrians and drivers safe on the road. So I don't know, how far have you tried to approach even the British Red Cross Society?
I think from here I've only managed to approach one of the road safety charities, which they've encouraged me actually to say they can be able to work with the police back home. So the only thing that we are waiting for now is once we get registered and we have the charity number, because obviously we need to give them our details. So that is holding me back a little bit, or is holding us back a little bit. But once we have the charity registered, which I'm praying, actually I'm pushing the people in Zambia. For me, I could have registered it, but I think because of now being a student,
yes,
you know, they're thinking, how can you manage? So the banks and things like that, they are looking at my, bank statements, and it's not qualifying me to register it. So once it's registered in Zambia, definitely all that will kick in.
Just try to give it a go. The Red Cross is more than willing.
Perfect. Very valuable information. Excellent. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Are you ready? Okay, fantastic. You may take a seat. For those who couldn't pay online. The online system is working here. You can deliver anybody who couldn't pay because of time. You can pay online system. Last but not the least, may I call upon my dear friend. You got something to say, and I want to ask you on that. Come over, sir. A very big hand to the only man in the women's conference. Thank you very much. You want me to show you how to climb there? You can climb yourself. You're a man. Jump. Like this. Hello, sir. Tell us your name and tell us what business you are doing, sir.
Okay. My name is Jeff Madzingo, and like everyone here, I'm also a diasporan, originally from Zimbabwe, and I was in Zambia in October for 2 weeks, working with the Madison General, M-Life, the life insurance division, and the product that we're working with with Madison Life on is a very simple product, and it's a product that comes out of the realization that when you travel abroad, especially as first generation migrants, there are likely to be two outcomes at the end of your life, given that wherever there is life, there is the most certain thing is that there is death. People don't want people struggle to accept it or to avoid thinking about it, mainly because people think by trying thinking about it, you are inviting it.
I ask you a question. What do you do?
Yeah.
Yes. So say what you do, then we'll come to the next question. Because you're answering all the questions now. You're answering all my questions before I ask them.
No, there are lots.
Okay, so what do you do first? Yes.
So basically, that was the background. I was trying to relay the background so that people appreciate where we're coming from. The product that we do, myself, I've got colleagues who are Zambians on the product, is a funeral insurance product called the Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. I'll go into the details as I'm led by the questions.
Yes, that's better now. You have quite because you will take me out of my job. You see, you answer the question before I ask them. So this you say diaspora cash plan. Is it like insurance? And tell me if it's insurance. How does it work?
It's basically a fusion between the traditional funeral insurance, which pays out goods and services, and the standard life cover that people come to know, which pays out cash. So that's how it's structured. It's essentially an insurance, a life insurance policy, but different from the standard life insurance policy in a number of ways.
So how do people buy into this policy? What should they do?
It's a very simple product which is available online. You can buy over the internet, quote and apply over the internet, and you can also buy the product over the phone. So it's available online and over the phone as well.
Okay, so when you say online, where do they go? Do you have a website or something? What is it?
We have a website called the Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan, and I've put in some flyers on all the seats. People can get the flyers, and also their contact numbers there.
Okay. Show us the flyer, how it looks like, so people can pick it up. It looks like this one. Anybody, you found this one? Fantastic. So when people go online, they download the form, or it's electronically transferred to you?
The online interface has got the option to generate your quotation there. You can also do the full application there, set up your direct debit. You can pay in the UK by direct debit or standing order. You can also call through the numbers and you can apply over the phone. I'll quickly, hopefully, explain how the product works.
So, I'm selling your product better than, you know that? These are the questions people want to know. How is the the schedule, what levels of points? Do you have one standard package or their level of points? You know, I'm a good salesman. I ask the right question that the customer wants to know. Because in 2 minutes, I can sell a product. I almost sold somebody a house, which I sold 20 years ago. No, I didn't do that.
Right, the product is available to people as individuals, and you can also apply as a family. On the family plan, you can add yourself, your spouse, your children, as long as they are under 25, they can go on the same cover. Your parents-in-law. So there's the single plan, the family plan, there's also the group plan, where people have come together in a social response to the crisis and formed things like burial societies. You can transform those burial societies into insurance underwritten groups, and that is under the group scheme.
So you're saying individuals can apply, sign up as an individual insurance, and also a group can also do that, people that have got societies. And when you use the word underwritten, what do you mean?
Underwritten simply means that you are transferring the risk or transferring the burden of having to say, if you lose a relative back home, a close relative, like say your parents, or if you lose someone here, in all those situations, you are faced with the need to raise immediate cash, and immediate cash can be I think to repatriate at the going rates to Zambia would cost not less than £3,000. And if you are on this cover, it means you are transferring the need to raise that cash immediately yourself to the insurer. So you pay your premiums, and the insurer will pay out cash immediately should anything go wrong.
So in other words, the insurer pay that burden for you because you've been subscribing.
Correct.
Who is underwriting this insurance? Is this in this country or?
The insurance is underwritten by M-Life, Madison General. I think most of you know is Madison General or Madison Life in Zambia. And they trade as M-Life. So on the flyer there is marked as M-Life, which is this there. I think they are local, this one. M-Life, yeah.
Excellent. Fantastic. Now you are working as, because your business, I can see you there. You are working as?
I'm a financial advisor by profession, and I'm working as one of the advisors in the UK on this product. Why I chose to work on this product is mainly because from personal experiences or personal tragedies that I lost my own brother here in the UK. I lost my best friend in the UK in a space of 1 year. In fact, it was the February of 2012. I lost my friend February 2013, almost the same day. I lost my only brother here in the UK. So I've had to deal with these situations where you've got a dead body here in the mortuary. You are young. Back home, I wouldn't even be considered to go to the mortuary to see what is the process and everything. But here I had to face everything and do it myself. So I experienced that situation and realized that families are suffering, especially if they lose relatives here. So I decided to say, as a financial advisor, everyone has got their purpose in this world. And it's important that you use your skills to make sure you help your own people, you help the community. As a trained financial advisor, people need this product, and I felt that I have something to offer. So that's why I'm working with M-Life as well.
Very good. You answered the question I was going to ask you. Why did you go into this? I think you can see the process of finding your vision. Everyone throughout life found that it is within the problem that your answer is. So obstacles are not things to run out from. Obstacles coming your way, look very closely. There is your passion. Any questions to Mr. Mazi? I like your names. Jeff Mazingo is very poetic. It's like Lukomona. You're gonna say it. Any questions to Mr. Jeff Mazingo? Any questions?
There's a question to say, the amount you put up to US dollars there, how much is that in pounds?
Or divided by 1 point.
That would be 15,000 is the maximum cover, and that would convert to about 10,000 pounds. But that is if there are options. You can cover from as little as $500 up to $15,000. Why I was saying the cover is different from the traditional funeral insurance, it's mainly because your UK life cover, get this right, your UK life cover will never bury you. It's very, very unlikely to happen. Why? Because on application, it's medical underwritten. And on claim, even if you passed the application, they still have to do medical underwriting. Writing to your GP, writing to your hospital, they want to see all the medical records before they decide to pay or not to pay. The money is on your cover. But this cover is structured to give families immediate help. And that is only possible because it comes with no medicals on application, no medicals on claim. Therefore, on claim, all what is required is proof of death, and the monies are paid out anywhere in the world. You may still be here, you may have relocated back home, you may have gone to Australia, you remain covered on the same plan. It's also a US dollar policy because it's the most globalized currency.
Thank you very much. A very big hand to Mr. Most questions, you can answer them again in the next working. This is very good. One thing you should now forget, where there's an obstacle, there your opportunity to make it in life lies.
Doc, sorry, can I transfer my policy, my UK one to yours? Because I've got one with Aviva.
Just cancel it.
I pay £6 a month.
You don't have to transfer it, you can keep both policies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can keep all it, even your own life covers in the UK. Your own life covers in the UK. This policy is not a substitute to your life cover.
Oh, yeah.
This policy is not a substitute. So, because life covers, you take them for a number of reasons. Either because you've got dependents, you've got a mortgage, some debts, or you just have to protect your family in the event of something happening, and you go with your income. So the life cover serves that purpose. This cover is specifically to make sure that you get a dignified send-off should anything happen. I think you have also seen in your communities where a lot of people go on GoFundMe, people go on social media appealing for help. You can imagine a family bereaving, mourning their loved ones and begging for help. It can be traumatic. Yeah.
Thank you. A very big hand to Mr. Mazingo. Perfect. Wonderful. This is why I like about Amakaya Wingi. We're into construction, water reticulation, beautician, road safety, and these things happen for real. Have you ever asked a question for those who know about Amakaya Wingi? Why do these people travel into Africa every year in October for the past 7 years? That aeroplane costs money. How do we manage? Because of promoting people like this. You understand that? We want you to succeed. You would not be the same again. I'll be handing over to the women's department, and my job ends here. If you've got any question for me before I leave, ask me. 1 minute and my job ends here. Ms. Chaiti Mwanza will talk over. She'll talk to you about the Amakaya Wingi Women's Department. And may I thank you, women, for entrusting this microphone in my hands to launch you out on this very first event of yours, which I believe is going to outgrow anything that we've ever thought could happen in your team. And we'll also be collaborating at many different levels. Just in closing, Amakaya Wingi currently is supporting water development issues because water companies come to us to introduce them into Africa. We've done Zambia, the 3rd year now. In fact, even this year, another water company has applied. We do charge a good fee to do that for them. We also fostering construction. We're participating in the Vision 2030 in many respects in Africa, Zambia. They do more houses. We are going to go into other areas in other African nations. We have got inquiries already. And the people we work with, it is you. How we do it? It's a multi-agency. If we get a contract coming on board, some of these take a long time, we come to you, sir, what's your qualification? We put you on board. We may not even travel, you go. But that contract we schedule together. That's how we work. In education, we are influencing people in that way. And we believe together we can do much more. Like your company, Mariam, you've come to stay. We'll be calling more and more, and by now I know people are looking to be interested in that. That's a very good company. We'll be talking more. If you want to put money anywhere, put money in your business communities. buy shares, if they can sell shares, or collaborate in one way or another. So this is why Amakaya Wingi likes doing what we do, and that's what we stand for. We capacity build. We take time to ask questions so people can learn. And we ask intelligent questions. Why I interjected you, sir? There is a difference between motivation and selling somebody facts. What's been happening in our community, we motivate each other a lot, but facts are not there. Now when we come to Macau, we scrutinize. We want when people go, they say, he said go and click on the green button. Once you click on the green button, a product comes out. That's better than motivation. You understand what I'm saying? When I motivate you, you can do it. Yes, I can do it. Yeah, yeah. When I go say, what can I do? But when I say you can do it, yes. Go and pick that piece of bread. He said pick a piece of bread. That's a fact. Then we go away to do business with yourself, Sometimes it sounds rude when we say, no, let me do that. But it's good. So that in the end, you're going to get calls. People to phone you, oh, you said that, it's factual. Madam Chairperson, thank you very much. And thank you for trusting to work with you today. I hand over your microphone. You may invite Mr. Mwanza, who will go with us through your department and objectives. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you for listening attentively. I'm sure we've learned more and taken more, and will be able to